Hello everyone and welcome back to TIMBERBORN. This is episode 11 of the Rigor Ridge series. In the last episode, we started setting up the bot assembly line over here and the general bot production, as well as we started upgrading some of the power. We have these windmills, got upgraded to the larger windmills, and we also set up the footprint for some potential future water wheels. These are not going to be constructed quite yet. We have a few things we want to get done first, mainly all the bot production. We also started the Drought in cycle 8. We have a little over 2,000 water, and we have a lot of water storage. Food is also looking pretty good. We have, I think, 6 farmhouses now between this whole district, and we are increasing in food, which is excellent news. A few episodes ago, we were getting down to 400 or 500 food. Now we have a lot of reserves. We also recently expanded our colony, so I think in the last couple episodes we added about 7 houses, which each hold 3 beavers, so that's a little over 20 new beavers. We are doing pretty well in terms of jobs, but we also have all these water pumps paused, so there's 11 of those, I think. And we only have 1 vacant job right now with 7 potential workers between the babies and the unoccupied beds. Part of that is because we did add another hauling post, which is currently full. This one is going to be it's going to be okay if this one's not always full of beavers, since we have the other hauling post over here that is a more permanent job. This should always have at least these 10, so it'll be okay if this is running a little low at times. The main task for today is going to be getting the bot production line set up, so we should probably get a few of these things set up. This will be bot heads, and we'll also need to get some of these prioritized, that way they can actually get to the bot assemblers up top. In terms of the resources that we need, this requires planks, gears, and metal blocks. We are running a little bit low on some of these. We have enough metal blocks, but gears and planks, it'd be nice to have a little bit more. We did also add a lumber mill and another gear workshop recently, but we don't have these prioritized, as well as the gears. We can make those prioritized, which should help get the resources we need to construct all this. As this video gets underway, if you could leave a like and a comment, I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel out tremendously, seeing all that engagement, and I also enjoy reading all your comments. And one of the comments in the last episode was about the storage area in relation to the production location, which I didn't initially think about since everything's over here, but they have to walk all the way over here to pick up and drop off resources. That was a design flaw in terms of where I placed everything. Hopefully the haulers, they should be able to help mitigate some of the effects of that. They're going to be running around a little bit, but that's also what their job is. In the future, if we do upsize the production and we outgrow this area, then maybe we can look at rearranging some of the storage for certain goods a little bit closer, since right now it seems like the production is expanding down here, since we have the refinery as well as all the bot stuff is down here, and they have to travel quite a ways to get everything. I also saw someone notice that this 4th gravity battery isn't quite being utilized as much as it could, since as you can see it's getting caught on this cliffside right here, and I do think it would be a good idea to get rid of some of this material over here. As the beavers are assembling these 2 buildings over here, we can start getting the foundation for expanding the colony over this area. We have a lot of science, so we can get this bridge, suspension bridge, and we can unlock that. We'll get that set up. It will take some planks, which we don't really have any right now. We are almost out of power, And we're barely halfway through the drought, unfortunately. We probably should pause these guys. They're using a lot of power. And we don't even have this quite finished. We do have a little bit of reserves. So it takes, I think, 36 hours to build a bot. And that's going to be... it'll be more than the 3 days before they would even be able to use all these parts to make one or two. So we can pause that for now. Hopefully that'll help save just a little bit of this power that we have left. Might be worth having this guy turned on just to add a little bit of extra juice to this whole system. We finished assembling the first bot assembler, and it looks like they're starting to build the first bot. Only 6% of the way through, 36 hours. We'll pick it up in the morning. We have a couple days left until the drought is over. We are getting a little bit of power back since the windmills are working at night. Viewers are hanging out in the evening. Let's take a look at their well-being. Looks like half of them need access to wet fur, which they don't have. They only can do one beaver per shower, unfortunately. We should probably expand that over this way. Since we're doing fantastic on food, we can unplant all this, and then we'll look at getting some more showers over here. And then for the rest of the well-being, getting some more food upgrades. I'm not really going to focus on that quite yet. Getting some of these easier ones, like campfires and rooftop terraces, it's a good idea. Only problem is that we're a little bit limited on space for some of these. I could move these. Yeah, I think I'll probably get rid of some of this. We could look at moving these two storages over to this area, since these are just piles and not underground piles that are much more resource heavy. There's only 6. Fit a couple of those right here for now. Let's do that. And then we can move everything from here and here, which will help the efficiency and also free up some space to get some more campfires. Since campfires need to be built on the ground and they can't be built on top of anything else. Just over a day left. We are at the very end of the battery life. Windmills are not helping us out, unfortunately. But it's only going to be one day, not the end of the world. Then as soon as the water comes back, that'll help charge everything back up. I think this does mean we will need to expand the amount of gravity batteries we have. Looks like we can fit another couple right here. It would probably be worth getting some dynamite placed here. Getting extract takes a little bit more resources. I think that you get that from water, or in the water section, I should say. Yeah, the centrifuge. We don't have any bad water, so I think it probably would just be worth going one at a time, like the good old days. And everything I think is only running because of this guy. So it is running at 4% efficiency. Yikes. We are beginning cycle 9. The drought is finally over, and they're actually just now constructing the second bot assembler. Once the water comes back, then we'll get some more power. And you can see the bad water is starting to spawn again as well. So it'll flow all the way down and start going through here. Now we can start unpausing some of the pumpers. We can also do the water pumpers as well. Looks like we got down to around 1,000 water. So we had plenty of reserves. We could have gone another 6 or 7 days and then we probably would have run out. But there's no droughts that last that long in normal mode. And now we have 16 vacant jobs. And I bet all of them, yeah, they're all in here. We can pause these couple inventors. So now we're adding, well, okay, it looks like this guy, he can't do anything because there's no resources for him to use. So we have to turn all these back on, but we still have 12 vacant jobs. We'll need to do a little bit of job rearranging. First we'll get these going. Then we can start looking at what jobs we want to pause. We have so much food. We can probably reduce this by 2. Keep an eye on food. Builders we can reduce by a couple. We can pause one of the lumberjacks over here. And that still leaves us with 10 vacant jobs. It's quite a bit. I think it means we need to make even more houses. So, we'll get that started. I think that I want to make, let's see. I have some options. I don't really want to put platforms across the top and then have the entrances on this side. So what I'm going to do is unlock these triple lodges and put them facing this direction. But I need to make sure that they can actually get up here. So what we're going to do a little bit of rearranging over here. Start with moving this. But before we finish this, it looks like we just have our first bot got created, which is excellent news. I think we'll probably stick him in here, in the lumber mill. Only 500 science points, and we are still really low on planks. We have plenty of wood, so this guy can work through the night, and there will be power from these power wheels, or the water wheels, and then everything else here. We can also start chipping away at the dynamite. And they can't reach here. Kind of what I was expecting. So we're going to do this right here. And then we'll get this set up. We have to wait for this to charge up just a little bit more. I don't know what the cutoff is for being able to build it. But I thought this would be it. I'm just waiting. And it has to be 2 tiles higher, it looks like. But that's fine. We'll get this set up. And then, oh wow, they built that house already. Well, let's pause it, because we can't use it yet. I do want to move this guy over here. And then it looks like he can't quite reach the backside. It's not the most ideal, but that's okay. We'll just have to unselect all of this. I don't know what we can use that space for. Maybe food? But we'll get rid of this guy. Bump this up. Oh, look at, they did get these bridges set up, and now that I am looking at it, I realized that we could actually set up some campfires just across this little chasm. So we're going to do 2 right off the bat. Let them construct those. And I think after we get the houses set up over here, we could start moving some more housing on this side as well. So this is how we're going to get access to up here. We can unpause this. And then I'm also going to start getting some decorations set up. We'll get that, and then we can also look at some aesthetics that they need, as well as well-being. We can get the shrine. That only costs logs, so we're going to do some of those. We still have 7 vacant jobs. and about half of them are in here. So we have, well, with this one, it's okay since it is okay if it isn't full. We have, in my eyes, 6 jobs that we can spare. So I think we want to get the second bot assembly going. 2 more jobs right there. And probably also get a couple more builders. And as soon as they finish constructing this, we'll get 9 potential babies born, which would be awesome. I'm also going to try, since I want to have a bridge going across here as well, that way beavers don't have to go all the way around to get here. Just increase one of the paths across. I'm going to go and try doing this. We'll see if it works. If I mess up, then that's okay. These are pretty straightforward to build. So this is what we're going to have set up. I realized I didn't actually need to get rid of these 2. It was really just the front one up here, but oh well, I did it. And we want to get this created soon since we only have a few free beds. Thankfully all the beavers could just hop in here that previously were living in these 3 houses. Looks like they got the shrine set up, which is awesome. That should help get their well-being up a little bit. Where's that? That's at the bottom. There's only 1 beaver who's had access to it so far. We can also start clearing out these 2 storages since we have the new one set up over here. But that's okay if they don't do that immediately. Does look like they are building on the dynamite. So let's get these 2 set up. Are the beavers any happier? They have a little bit more access to campfires. Oh, it's not the end of the night. At the end of the night, we'll see where everyone's sitting in terms of happiness. Still at 13. We could probably get a couple more campfires and rooftop terraces. We will expand the roofs as we go across this way. And this actually affects not just this building, but the one below it, and then all of these ones down here. So as we go this direction, it's going to help make all the beavers happy. We're up to 12 free beds, and as I'm looking, we have another unemployed bot. Planks are starting to go up. What are we missing? I think we want to get, that's 1,000. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Because this will help reduce the amount of injured beavers that we get, and it'll also help bump up our metal block reserves. So as they're constructing all this, I think that's where we're going to end today's episode. Didn't get a whole lot done. We did start making the bots though, and started kind of dabbling with rearranging a little bit of the housing, and we expanded over here, so I guess we got a few things done. In the next episode, I'm hoping that we can get some of this stuff constructed, but I also placed it lower on the priority list and then started making a bunch of other things, so makes sense. I do want to look at starting to get some of the water organized. I think I have a good idea that can serve a few purposes. I'm going to incorporate the medical beds and also some of the larger water tanks, but that takes a bit of resources. So we'll probably need to get some more planks and gears before we set that up. But we can get the footprint for it ready. So maybe we'll do that in the next episode. And until then, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. I really do appreciate it. And I am looking forward to the next episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.